I just did like 8 minutes not recording, just talking my little heart out. Okay, first off, I'm sorry that it's been a while since I've done a video. Hopefully I'm gonna get better at that and do more videos, do them more frequently until I'm not doing any of them anymore. So what I want to do today is do a little preview of what I really want to talk about. So what I want to preview with is my story. Very briefly, my story. My story is that in 2010 I had back surgery. After that back surgery, I noticed I was hoarse. My voice was hoarse. So I thought most likely the intubation. The doctor thought most likely intubation. So we waited, and about 6 months, and I continued to have the hoarseness. So the doctor wanted me to see an ENT. I did. I went to UK, saw a doctor there, and he went in, did a biopsy. It was negative. Shaved off some scar tissue off of a vocal cord and diagnosed me with vocal fold scarring, which there's not a lot they can do for that. I had speech therapy. It helped a little, but it didn't really help a lot. Again, there's not a lot you can do for vocal fold scarring. So I did end up getting a second opinion, and I ended up getting another biopsy. And in the end, the results were the same, that it was vocal fold scarring, negative biopsy, and there was not a lot that could be done. So fast forward to 2016, and I myself make an appointment to go back in, and then, the doctor says, it's cancer. And I was like, yeah, no, it's gotta be scar tissue. That's what it's always been. Why would it be anything different now? And I want to get a second opinion. And I did. And I went to the best of the best surgeon that Adele had. And guess what? And surgeon that Steven Tyler had. Guess what? Same thing. It's cancer. And I need a laryngectomy. So, I had a positive biopsy at that point that it was cancer. I had the laryngectomy. Following the laryngectomy, they sent the entire tumor and lymph nodes, because I also had a bilateral neck dissection. They sent those off and came back with no real reason that I had cancer. So, the doctors have always said it was one of two things. Either it was, it was always cancer, and it was missed on biopsy because it was either biopsied in the wrong location, or it was too small at the time. And then it started growing faster and bigger, and that's why it was, then able to be found, a few years later. Or it was not cancer to begin with, and it started in the scar tissue, and for some reason, after that many years, it started growing very rapidly. In the end, it doesn't really matter the why. It happened, and it is, and it's life, and I moved on. So, that's what I want to say about that. That's my story. So, I get asked pretty often if this is related to smoking. It isn't. I hadn't smoked in years and years. I did smoke as a teenager, some as a young adult. Never a heavy smoker. And again, I hadn't smoked in years and years. But also I know there's a lot of commercials out there, because talking about, especially this type of cancer, people that end up with a laryngectomy. And smoking is a risk factor, just like smoking is a risk factor for many, many, many cancers and many comorbidities like COPD. There's lots of reasons why smoking is bad for us. So I guess if it's a young person and this scares them away from smoking, so be it. The other one is HPV. Mine wasn't caused by HPV, but I want to say people need to get off their high horses about this being a cancer that people got because it's from a sexually transmitted disease. 95% of the population have come in contact with HPV. HPV, people come in contact with it and may never have a symptom of HPV. It is just like chickenpox or many other viruses that live in the body. So yes, HPV is sexually transmitted, but 95% of the population have come in contact with HPV. So please, please, please get off your judgy chair or your judgy horse or your high horse or whatever that's called, because nobody needs that. Nobody asks to get cancer. Nobody calls themselves to get cancer. So, please stop doing that. Just like people get lung cancer and have never smoked a day in their life. And anyone can get any type of cancer. If you have boobs, male or female, you can get breast cancer. If you have a mouth and a throat, you can get oral or throat cancer. If you have a brain, you can get a brain tumor. You can get brain cancer. Come on, people. I think that, again, because some cancers are easily to identify, people get super judgy about how or why someone may have gotten a cancer. Please, guys, don't do that. It's wrong. It really is. It's just wrong. Okay, so things that are risk factors for this particular kind of cancer. Nutrition. So, people who don't eat well or are not getting plenty of fruits and vegetables, they're at a higher risk for getting this type of cancer. Of course, tobacco products are also, increase your risk for getting this type of cancer. Heavy alcohol consumption, again, can increase your risk for getting this. Heartburn, reflux GERD, increases your chance of getting this. Environmental toxins, meaning things that we breathe in, like asbestos or, pain or Roundup or whatever. If you can breathe it in or inhale it in, it can increase your risk for getting this type of cancer. Some of the things that are early indicators are if you get hoarseness, that's your number one. If you start having a hoarse voice and you're not sick, you don't have a sore throat or something, that's not normal. A sore inside the mouth that may not heal, a red patch or a white patch inside the mouth or throat that doesn't go away. Those are also some, early signs. I'm trying to think of other things. Sometimes poor dental, like you start to see periodontal disease. Maybe you always had really good teeth, and suddenly you start to have periodontal disease. That could be an early indicator. Some people, like me, you think you're perfectly healthy. You all go in thinking I'm just going in to see if maybe there's some little something they can do, and wasn't sick when I was diagnosed with cancer. And there are a lot of people who are diagnosed who aren't sick. So, please understand that anyone that has a mouth and a throat can be a risk. So, again, you need to know what the risk factors are, but you also need to know what the early symptoms are. And if you're ever hoarse and you're not sick, you need to get that checked out. That's my number one anyway. Okay, guys, after this, I'm going to do a couple of other videos. Maybe not today because I have other things I have to do. But just wanted to get this one out. Thank you all. Y'all have a great day.